Okay guys, quick update with Bitcoin. I'm going to give you key support and resistance levels to pay attention to. I'm also going to show you two downside targets I think we're very likely going to hit. I'm going to give you possible timing for that second downside target and show you how I found that target. If you watched the last video guys, I told you if you left a comment, you subscribed and left a like, I picked the two coin winners from the previous video and this video. That's what I'm going to do today. And same thing guys, if you like, comment, subscribe in this video. In the following video, I'll pick the two winners from this video. Guys, I use Bitget to trade. Love the platform, trust your platform. If you want to sign up to trade with Bitget, my link's pinned in the first comment description. If you would like to learn how to trade on Bitget, I did create a tutorial showing you how to set up a long, a short, set up a stop loss, adjust your stop loss, do trigger orders. If you want to watch that video, I'll put a link up to it now. Two other exchanges I use that I trust, being X and CoinCatch. So if you're located in the US, you're looking for an option without having to use VPN and no KYC, CoinCatch is a good option for you as well. Both those links, if you want to sign up, are pinned in the first comment description as well. So this is the last video I put up, guys. I'll link up to the video now if you want to check it out. This is what I was talking about, 27,500. You notice I have closed captions on here. It says if you push up, looks like 27,500 would be a great point to short. We did push slightly above that point. I did make a post in Discord. As you can see here, it's an upside target hit. Next above would be around 28,500. Talking about the 21-week moving average. This is that point we hit. Remember I said the center Bollinger Band, watch that point. We did push above it a bit, but we did get rejected at the 21-week moving average. And I was saying your next downside target is from 25,500. That is the first downside target. And then, of course, this target here, which we're going to cover, which I made a post about in Discord. By the way, if you want to sign up, get access to these charts in Discord, the link to sign up is pinned in the first comment and description. So again, the 21-week moving average is your current most critical resistance level. That's sitting around 28,357. You see we did get rejected just before we hit that point. So again, I'm going to give you some downside targets and give you your current closest resistance levels. Now pay attention to the heat maps or book maps for Bitcoin. I would like to point out, you can't really see down below right here. There's a lot of liquidity around 25,800. There's much more liquidity below that. If you look where my cursor's at, you can see all of this liquidity, this blue, this really bright orange, a lot of blue below. This goes, your strongest support level right now looks to be around 25,000, around 25,500. But it could go all the way down to 22,000 or lower. And we do have some liquidity above, so we will get some chop. But I think ultimately we're headed down much lower. So that's why I'm going to give you these support and resistance levels and show you the confluence and why it makes sense, and when and why it could come down as low as these targets down here. So let's cover a few things, a few charts. This H1 chart, notice we pushed up, got rejected right here. If we follow back, let me see. Notice right here, let's see. Actually, we'd have to go way back. I don't want to zoom out that far. But you'll notice that we hit that resistance level, got rejected right at 28,000. We did push above it up to 28,181. But notice all the meat of the candle on the 1 hour. It's just below this point. We came back up. We did get a wick above, guys. You gotta watch out for those wicks. Notice got rejected at 27,352. Your current support level right now is 26,289. We do have this horizontal support, this red line of 25,869. We'd like to point out though, guys, a lot of my charts are showing 25,000, 25,500 next support level, and that does match the heat maps. So on the H1 chart, 24,000, well, let's just say 24,992. This is the A1 chart. Notice the support level right here is around 25,653. Next resistance level just above is 26,656. This is the M1 chart, and this is what I made a post about in Discord. Notice we got this crazy wick up. Notice the meat of the candle is right below this resistance level, this fib channel line. This is that line I was talking about to pay attention to. So that's why I said 27,500 around that area. But so your current resistance right now to pay attention to is around 26,900 to 27,000. So if you push back up, that'd be the point to enter a short. Notice that's the center Bollinger Band I was talking about in the previous video. Your current support level, guys, you can see this is a fib channel line just below. You can see this horizontal line is one of those lower wicks. So it makes sense, guys, that 25,500, 25,000 would be your next support level. Let's see here. So this is the chart I was talking about, guys. So your next lowest point where I would go in a heavy long. I'm just going to show you how I came to this target. So as I mentioned before, we were in this rising wedge, resistance, support, resistance, support. We couldn't quite make it back up to resistance. We crossed this ring and we broke down. So since we're breaking down from a rising wedge, we have a lot more downside. I would like to point out though, if I take this resistance level and copy and paste and pull it down, right, that would be your support. Typically that's how you predict these drops. So resistance, support, resistance, right? We'd come down to support. This would be a point to catch a bounce. Now, I would go into heavy long. This would be a scalp long. I think we have a lot more downside. Again, I don't think we're going to go But I don't think we're going to start the bull run until we cross that ring I mentioned in the last video. I'll cover that briefly in the next chart. I just want to show you how I came to this target. I would also like to point out when we cross these rings, or when we make contact with these rings, it seems or typically happens at strong support and resistance levels. Let me put a horizontal line. Let me show you one more thing here. Just a little more confluence. Notice right here, this low, there's just a lot of support and resistance, but this low right here is also right on par with this point. So this target is around 20K, but I would like to point out every time, let me get an arrow here, every single time we cross one of these rings, right? So we cross this ring, we got a pump, it was at a support level. Notice when we hit this ring and we went sideways, it was at a resistance level. When we hit this ring, it was at a support level, we pushed up, and we crossed this ring for a pivot. It was at a resistance level, and we crossed the ring. We crossed this ring at a support level, got the move. So typically what happens is every time we make contact, if I zoom in, you can see what I'm talking about. When you have confluence with rings and support levels, for some reason it's like a magnet for price. So basically it could play out something like this. Let me get a brush tool here. So I'm saying your first support level to watch for a bounce, maybe a scalp long is around 25,000, 25,500. But if we do come down, there's a shitload of confluence right around this area. And that is around 19,600 up to 20,500. So it's very possible, in order for us to hit that target, the timing for that, so if we put the next day, let's just go from today. So that could be within the next four days to potentially, let's say 8 days, 4 to 8 days, we could hit that target. That would be one hell of a drop. I'm not saying that has to happen. I'm just saying typically we do come down and we hit these points of confluence. When you have a lot of rings and a lot of support and resistance levels intersecting, that is typically where price will make contact. So I just want to point that out, make you aware of it. If we do come down, it's possible within the next week we could be setting around 20K, at least 20,500 around that area. Only because we have so much confluence around this point. That does not mean that we have to drop below 25,000 anytime soon. I'm just saying if we do break below 25,000, 25,500, the next point to watch would be around 20,000, around that area. And that's the point I'll be going to heavy long. All right, so that covers that. I want to show you further confluence, guys. Take note right here. This is that ring I was talking about. I said once we cross this ring here to expect a drop. We found support on this on the daily. If you watched the last video, I covered this as well. We pushed up to the 21-week moving average and got rejected. So again, there's a lot of confluence down here. This is the 300-week moving average. 300-week moving average sitting right here around 20,900. And you have this support level, right? This is on the weekly. So this will happen within this weekly candle or the next weekly candle. You can see right here where these two rings intersect is right at 20,000. So that's a lot of confluence for a target of 20,000. Again, why I would go in heavy long. And as I said before, I do not expect the bull run to start until we cross this ring right here. In that last video, I think a lot of people were confused. I was saying that we could potentially have a crash, but I was talking about the bull run. Well, guys, I said when we cross this ring, expect the bull run to start, right? Because when we cross this ring, that's when we got our pump. So every time, again, let me go over this one more time. This blue flip circle right here, there has not been one time we've crossed one of these blue rings and did not pump. So this tells me, I'm very confident when we cross this blue ring, that will be the start of the bull run. But look how far down this goes. I mean, I'm not saying we have to go this low. I'm just saying for those people leaving comments, I thought you said we were going to crash. Yeah, well, if we go sideways, all right, and we cross this, bull run starts. If we continue down and things get really bad, hey, that's a damn crash. I'm saying when we cross, that's when you buy in. That's when the bull run begins. So yes, we could have a lot more downside. And I'm not saying we can't go lower than 20K. I'm just giving you current support and resistance levels to pay attention to. And based on the heat maps, as I showed you right here, there is a lot of liquidity around 25,000. And we have liquidity going all the way down to 22K and down to 20K. So yes, we can get some chop. That's why I gave you resistance levels above to pay attention to. Looks like 27,000 is your strongest resistance, and 25,000, 25,000 is your strongest support. So if 25,000 breaks, well, that's when you start paying attention to this lower target around 20,000, around that area. Also, guys, I want to cover, let's see, Nvidia. In that last video, I was telling you where to short. I said I would not short or long at this point because anything could happen. I have closed caption on here. You can see I said I would enter short around 496 to potentially 507. That same video I linked, it's the last video I put up. You can check it out. But you can see how this chart played out. This is the, let me show you the published version of this chart. So I was talking about crossing ring drop, your support levels around 407, and this is where I was talking about too short. And you can see what happened. We hit that point, got rejected, we're currently at it now. So if you want to chance to short with Nvidia, again, based on this, that's how I gave you this targets, 506 to basically 494. These rings are very strong resistance levels. Historically, going back, every time we hit these rings, we get a strong rejection. So we could drop all the way back down to potentially 426. So again, if you're interested and if you trade stocks, looking for a good short entry, not financial advice, just going by the charts, this would be a great point to short Nvidia. Going by the Dow Jones, you see it got rejected right at this fib channel line around 35,672. We came down, found support right here around 34,212, and now we're hitting a key resistance level. So we can have a potential top, at least a temporary top for the Dow, and it looks like Nvidia might have some downside based on these fib circles. So that's why we could have a lot more downside for Bitcoin as well. Indices drop, Bitcoin drops as well. So guys, let's pick the winners for these coins. And remember guys, if you like, comment, subscribe on this video, I will pick the 2 coin winners from this video and the following video. So I already have the link in here. I'm going to go ahead and click on fetch. And let's see here, include replies, no, continue. All right, loading the comments. So the 2 coin winners from the previous video. Let's see, pick winners. All right, so the first winner is Chris Ruffalo. Bull Run 2024 May would be nice. All right, and the second winner is D. Glad to have been following you and a couple other guys showing the signs instead of getting distracted by the typical crypto YouTubers. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. So guys, you're the 2 guys, you're the 2 winners. So if you want to claim your coin, you need to email me through the website. The link's pinned first comment description. Let me know that you won the coin. I will give you a code or a word to go back and edit your comment. Then I will go and check to see if that comment had been edited, and then I'll know that was you, and I will get your coin shipped out to you, and we pay for shipping. By the way, guys, do not fall for those scams. I will never contact you in the comment section asking you to get in touch with me, all right? So guys, that's pretty much it. Again, if you want to sign up for Bitget, my link's pinned to first comment and description. If you want to sign up, do not forget about the tutorial video if you want to learn how to trade. And also, BingX and CoinCats is a nice option for you if you're located in the US. You don't have to worry about a VPN or KYC. That's pretty much it, guys. Again, if you want to sign up, get access to the charts, the website is autocrypto.com. I do have stocks, and again, I have tutorials teaching my method of charting, how to use fib channels and fib circles. That's it, guys. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.